Don't you look at those things and think, wow, I'm living in the future? But all this technology is useless if you don't use it effectively. Drones thrive in aerial reconnaissance, particularly in harsh, hard-to-reach environments, for purposes such as wildlife monitoring or search and rescue. However, in most of those applications, drones are used inefficiently. By having them cover small distances independently, they offer lackluster performance. Eagle Eye is a revolutionary aerial system managing software that takes inspiration from the eagle's high-flying hunting technique to help clients such as wildlife conservation organizations scan large areas efficiently. Eagle Eye achieves this by having several high-altitude drones search for certain areas of interest and then using their findings to guide several smaller, low-flying drones to those areas. The small drones can then analyze the area in more detail and identify objects of interest such as wild animals. One of our main target areas at Eagle Eye is wildlife conservation. Today, more than ever, conservation efforts are taking center stage, especially in the context of the UN Sustainability Goals and climate change in general. To put that into context, in the last 2 decades alone, more than 100,000 hectares of forest have been cut down. In the last 5 years, the safeguard of biodiversity areas has stalled. And at this moment, more than 37,000 species are threatened with extinction. So it is clear, biodiversity is at risk. The UN member states even acknowledge the severity of biodiversity loss and the degradation of the ecosystems. The UN member states also acknowledge the severe effect that this situation has on food security, nutrition, water access, and the general health of people around the world. There are more than 200,000 natural parks around the world. In the US alone, there are 36,000 reserves and natural parks, whose combined area is more than 432,000 square miles. That's 4.5 times the size of the UK. At Eagle Eye, we value the importance of the work that wildlife conservation organizations are undertaking, and that is why we want them to be able to focus their resources entirely on it. We offer a complete service contract package that includes a mission specifically tailored for the needs of the organization. We will also be providing the drones, the communication equipment, and our software infrastructure. We will also fly in our set of skilled technicians, authorized drone pilots, and wildlife experts. At the end of the mission, the client will receive a deep insight on the current state of the ecosystem without putting in any effort. By providing our aerial service to wildlife conservation organizations, we at Eagle Eye are developing a robust and efficient operations infrastructure. This will allow us to adapt and deploy our service to support search and rescue missions in disaster relief emergencies, where every second counts.
In order to accomplish this, we assembled a state-of-the-art aerial system inspired from nature's fiercest flying predator, a magnificent bird known for its impeccable vision and its ability to spot prey while flying at above 20,000 feet of altitude, the eagle. Some eagles fly so high that they are not able to spot the prey on the ground, which is why they rely on lower-flying eagles to guide them to their prey. Our system is inspired from this behavior, as it is composed of 2 types of drones: low-flying affordable drones and high-flying high-tech drones. We take advantage of the wide coverage area of our high-flying drones to detect areas of interest. Then we send in our low-flying drones to inspect those areas and detect and identify mammals on an individual basis. In order to detect animals from such a high altitude, we had to create a state-of-the-art vision system. And what better animal to be inspired from other than the eagle? What gives the eagle this sharp vision is the fact that it has 2 foveae with 1 million cones per millimeter each. In comparison, us humans only have 1 fovea with 200,000 cones per millimeter. The first fovea acts as a wide-angle lens, allowing the eagle to see around it, while the second acts as a telephoto lens and allowing it to focus its vision very far. The eagle also moves its head left to right every 5 seconds, expanding its coverage area and scanning the ground beneath it. Another key aspect of the eagle's vision is its ability to perceive in the UV light spectrum, allowing it to detect a tiny volt from the sky by the UV reflections on its surrounding. Inspired by the eagle's vision, we equipped our drones with RGB and UV cameras, and we added in also a thermal imaging sensor, as this technology proved itself to be very useful for aerial monitoring and detection. We are using a 3-axis combined RGB and UV camera in addition to the DJI Zenmuse H20T, which gives us an additional RGB and infrared thermal imaging sensor. Since our system is formed of 2 pairs of cameras mounted on 2 different gimbals, we'll use the 2 RGB images to align the 4 images together. We'll then feed in this data to our convolutional neural network deep learning model to learn to detect the animals from the combined RGB, thermal, and UV images. It might not sound intuitive at first how using UV imaging might help us detect those animals, as we humans don't see this light spectrum and thus don't know how it looks. We can only try to simulate how it looks using colors, and it would look something like this. From the images you see, it is clear that UV light does create additional features and contrast that can help a deep learning model detect the animals. Also inspired from the eagle, our drones will swing their cameras left and right synchronously using the 3-axis gimbals, expanding their coverage area in a single pass, rendering our system more efficient. For our high-flying drones, we are using the Albatros VTOL platform. This marvel of engineering can stay airborne for 4 hours and cover more than 250 kilometers on a single charge. Its communication range is 50 kilometers, and its maximum speed is more than 125 kilometers per hour. This platform has proved itself reliable over the years and has been used for different missions. Its DIY kit makes it easily customizable to fit our startup specific needs. For our low-flying drones, we are using the Wingtra Gen 2 aircraft, an affordable tailsitter that is safe, efficient, and reliable while still generating low noise levels to avoid perturbing the wildlife. This aircraft can fly for up to 1 hour and cover 57 kilometers on a single battery. The onboard Sony RX1R2 camera boasts a massive 42 megapixel sensor, allowing us to gather high-resolution images of the animals, making their identification easier and much more reliable. In addition to providing technologically advanced systems, our legal team is always working in close proximity with local aviation authorities to provide the needed permits to fly beyond line of sight or BVLOS missions and above 120 meters of altitude, which is the maximum altitude usually set on drones. It's also very important to consider the social impact of this project. By deploying this technology over national parks and reserves, our teams might encounter indigenous people, especially in developing parts of the world, such as Africa and South America. The drone technologies might be seen as a threat and cause chaos and fear in those people. However, only our low-flying drones might be visible to them, as our high-flying drones will be flying too high for them to notice them. Even though by using the Wingtra tail-sitting aircraft, we are minimizing our sound footprint in comparison to traditional multi-rotors. This will make it very improbable for indigenous people to notice our drones, and will also reduce our noise pollution that might perturb the ecosystem in the national parks or reserves.
We have strong confidence that the technology and infrastructure that we offer has the potential to make a meaningful change in the applications that we designed it for. The founders of Eagle Eye, Guy, Yuto, and I, Mihai, have strong experience in robotics, being graduates of aerial robotics, and we understand how important good technology design is. We hope that we successfully conveyed the goals of our project to you and that you will help our project take off.